Oh my gosh. Oh, this is the first time I'm talking all day. My voice, where is it? Just moisturizing my lips. I already did my skincare. Okay, I sound like an old man. Hold on, let me get some water. I have been up since 6 a.m. and yes, Jennifer, the live has started. I was up since like 6 a.m. and I couldn't go to sleep. So I've been on TikTok for like 4 hours. Hopefully my voice clears up. Yeah, because this morning voice is not cutting it for me. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do my makeup. Of course, it's gonna be simple, nothing crazy. Yay! Can this morning voice go away? Oh, it's going away. So I really want to do like a nude look today because there are some videos I need to film. So I really want like the focus to be like what I'm filming. So I'm planning on filming a hair video, and then I'm also filming a video for a brand. So I just wanted everything to like be very neutral. That's all I do. It's everything that you guys are subscribed for. That's all I know in this world, neutral. Good morning. My skin looks flawless and healthy. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm really trying here. I'm trying to like get my life situated because I'm still like just awakening. So I am going to go in with primer. I have the NYX Pore Filler Primer. My goal is to use it up by the end of the year, which I know is not far, but I am making progress. And I know that when I put my mind to something, it'll happen. I wish it was that easy for my mental health, though. I really wish. But when it comes to makeup, I could do it. I could do it. Also, I had to throw away the Tarte Sealer foundation, the one that broke on me. I don't know if it's because I transferred it into that little pot thing, but it started to smell really bad and my face like started to break out. So I just took that as a sign to throw it away. And plus it was going to expire in March. It said it on the packaging. So I was like, you know what, 3 months until expiration, like, I don't know about this one, girl. So I just threw it away. I really didn't want to risk it at all. Even though I didn't have a whole bunch left, I still was thinking it wasn't worth it. I'm gonna go over my eyelids too. Hello, everyone. How's it? What's today? Today's Thursday. I really have no sense of time. No sense of time, no sense of direction, nothing. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry about it. It's just how it is. Is there a foundation that I want to use up? Yes. I wanted to use up the Born This Way, but it's just so dark and I don't have a foundation lighter than me right now. What do I do? I'll just use my face tape. It's the one that I've been using like every single day. Slowly, this is becoming a favorite of mine, like top tier status favorite, because it just looks really, really nice. I really don't know how it's December already. I don't know either. It's crazy. Oh, I bought myself a weighted blanket, and when people tell you it helps with anxiety, it does help with anxiety. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like super thirsty, and I was like, something feels wrong, you know? Something feels like it feels like I'm missing something. And my weighted blanket was like off of me, like off of like half of my body. And I was like, okay. So I like put it all over me and I felt like more at ease. Like I felt comforted, which was nice. Definitely recommend weighted blankets. Watching from the Dominican Republic. Aww. Hello. Weighted blanket. No, I did not know how much I needed a weighted blanket. Like it's always been on my wish list, but they have everything that I've seen, or everyone, how do I word this sentence? Every weighted blanket I have seen, I just got out of bed, was so expensive. Like I went to Target and it was literally like $80. And even though I have like unemployment money still, I like didn't want to spend it on a weighted blanket, even though in my head I was trying to justify like, okay, well, it's good for my health. I didn't do it. And then I went to the dollar store and they had it for $15. That make it make sense. But I bought it there and it's small. It's a small weighted blanket, but it works. It'll do. I think it's been like helping me just like feel like I'm being hugged at night, which is nice. It was literally the 99-cent store that I went to. But I don't know, $15 at a dollar store. Something about that just seems very off for me, you know? And then, while I was at the dollar store, everything else was like not $1. Like they had paper plates and everything for $2 or $3. And I was like confused. I was confused. And a blanket. I can't even justify like a whole set for my bed, like a whole comforter set for $80. Like I can't do it. I can't. I can't. Let's see, how's the face looking? The face is looking pretty good. This is a really nice foundation. You know, I don't misplace a lot of things. I'm very organized, but I can't find my concealer. Oh, found it. I'm using my Colourpop concealer. I'm at a weird point in like my makeup collection where like a lot of my concealers are running low, but none of them wants to run out and be gone and done with. I feel like I've had this concealer for way too long. I finished my Shape Tape concealer, by the way. That was nice. That was like my 4th one or 5th one that I went through. I go through Shape Tape like crazy. It's like water. By the way, how's my lighting? I didn't even ask. Should I turn something on? that better? I look more radiant, don't I? So I guess to like gauge like where my mindset's going for today's look, I brought out the PURxRawBeautyKristi palette. Thank God, because I needed something that was like perfectly nude for me. And also I feel like when I have a collaboration palette that I have been dying over, I never want to use it. So I actually want to get use out of this. I didn't get the color. What's going on? What's going on? Sorry. That was so weird. I thought my live ended. Like, it was really weird. That was crazy. Like, my computer completely freaked out. But anyway, no, I didn't get the Colourpop and Raw Beauty Kristi palette. Like, I was really thinking about it, but ultimately, like, I think the day she launched or something like that, I think Kate had already sent me like our gift exchange, and she bought me a whole palette. She bought me the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I was just thinking to myself, man, I have a lot of palettes. I don't know. I really do want it, but I don't think it's a necessity per se. I think I would only get it because it has her name on it. That's about it. Hello. How's everyone's day? Day, night? I want to know. I'm curious. I'm a curious cat. I'm allergic to cats. Like, really bad. I'm deathly allergic to cats. I feel like I've been sitting here for ages just blending. You guys can see how tired I am because it's like bags. They're baggy. Just finished school. Oh my God. Thank God. Love that for you. Man, I wonder if you're gonna get another palette soon. Literally. I wonder if I'm ever gonna get the Manny MUA and Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette. Is that a stork? I think I saw a stork outside. Like, I stood up to get a brush because my brushes are, and it's a Thursday, y'all. It's a Thursday. It's too early for this. It's too early. It's too early. She got a baby comment. It's literally is getting Prime delivered here via Stork, and I love it. I always wondered, like if I had a kid, if they would look like me or if they would look like my baby daddy. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I wouldn't want to like go through like 9 months of pain just for them to look not like me. Very selfish, but like that's all I think about. You know what? I thought so too. I thought storks were definitely fake until I'm pretty sure I saw one. Like, there was no other bird to describe what I saw. Like, I promise I saw a stork right now. I did. You heard it here first, live on YouTube. Jasmine Yin had seen a stork. Oh, I totally missed this question. What's my favorite food? Have a lot. Man, I love noodles. Like, we're just being general, love noodles. I love all Asian food. I am not picky. There's only like a select few foods that I just don't enjoy eating. But I wouldn't necessarily say I'm picky. So yeah. I don't know. That's like, that question I feel like I always answer differently because, sorry, I'm trying to find things here. I should have organized this better. But yeah, I answer that question differently every time because I just feel like I'm so open with food, you know? Like, I got a lot of favorites. I got a lot that I want. I got a lot that I need. I really don't know. Like, there's no way it was a pelican either. Like, it was like, I mean, like, it kind of looked like a pelican, but like not really. She was giving a lot of Wingle vibes, if you know what I mean. She was giving off like true Pokemon vibes. What Asian countries have I been to? I've only been to Cambodia, but I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like when you're Cambodian or like you're a specific, I have no words. I am really tired. When you're just like a specific race, like I think like it's normal to go to like where you came from, your motherland. And that's about it. I don't really travel. Matter of fact, I'm really awkward when I travel. I hate asking for directions. I'd rather get lost and figure it out myself than ask someone. So like when we were in Cambodia, I honestly just like sat there and I let everyone else do the like just plan everything. I was just like, I'm just here for a good time. I haven't really traveled around the US either. I've only been to like 2 states aside from the one I'm living in. I let my friend chauffeur me and just chill. Exactly. Sydney, it's like, you know, or something. I just let my friends drive me. I let my friends kidnap me. And that's it. I'm just here for a good time. As long as we get food on the way, I'm okay. I'm okay. Very low maintenance. Besides makeup, do I have any other hobbies? I mean, I do run my own business. I mean, honestly, like my whole life revolves around makeup. Like as like weird as that sounds, like it's what I do. Like not only for YouTube, but I do it as like my actual like job. Um so it's kind of like hard to like really deter from it, but also I really do love it. So it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like a hobby. That's kind of like where I'm going with this. Like I think like all the jobs that I do have, they don't feel like jobs. I don't feel pressured to do anything because I know like I'm just doing what I like. So like even with like my nail business, like my press-on nails, like I sometimes I do feel pressured because sometimes designs don't come out the way I want them to, or like things like that. But I'm not like stressed out about it. Like I'll just like put it off to the side and I'll like come back to it later and I'll just, you know, figure it out. But as far as like anything else besides that, I kid you not, I am the most boring person on the face of this planet. I rewatch the same movies from my childhood, so much so to the point where I could quote the entire movie. Like I could quote the entire Cat in the Hat movie. And it's not okay. It shouldn't be like that. I am a person who prides themselves in comfort. I like to stay in my comfort zone. I mean, of course, there are times where I don't. But, you know, when it comes to like hobbies and things, I like to stay in my comfort zone. So, yeah. Very bland, very boring. I know. I'm trying to think, like, am I exciting? I really like going to arcades and I really like going to amusement parks. Do I have anything else to share with the class? I don't have anything else to share with the class. I am very boring. I don't like scary movies. I don't like action movies. I will not watch anything if it'll scare me. Like if it is past goosebumps scary, I will not watch it. I will refuse to watch it because I'm also a scaredy cat. I don't like being scared. And I know like some people are like, okay, well, I'm just going to hide behind a corner and I'm going to scare her. And there has been times where people have stood behind the corner of a wall and try to scare me. And like, I'll have my shit together, but on the inside I'm just like holding it a punch because I'm like, I hate being scared. I was forced by my friend group to ask the soldiers. What does that say? Yeah, I could never ask for directions. That was very brave of you. You took one for the team. That was good. That was, I love that for you. I couldn't. That takes a lot. Just hearing that, I'm like drained of energy because I'm like putting myself in your shoes. My favorite movie is Cat in the Hat. Hence why I could probably quote the entire movie. I rewatched Cat in the Hat last night. Some other movies that I rewatch a lot. I rewatch like Aladdin a lot. It's one of my like favorites. I rewatch Monsters Inc. a lot. Alice in Wonderland. Shrek. I do, yeah. Um, hmm. Is there anything else? You know, I don't rewatch shows a whole bunch, but I have rewatched Ouran High School Host Club like one too many times, as well as like the regular Pokemon Indigo League. I just think that was the best season, and you can't tell me otherwise. I'm also not really a show person either. I don't know. I'm like really boring. Like I don't watch movies, I don't watch shows, hence the reason why like I rewatch the same things. Monsters University. You know what? I recently like watched Monsters University and it was good. I liked it, but I don't think it's like one of those movies that I would like rewatch again, like over and over as much as I do Monsters Inc. You know? I base a movie um like like if I could watch it like 5 more times again. Like I base like how good it is if I could watch it like 10 times in a row. I don't know. I've been trying to get into a hobby. Okay, I've been trying to get, yeah. And I recently tried art, and let me say, I love it. I think it's just a thing for me, and I'm going to keep going and trying to improve. That's good. I love it. You know, I haven't watched the Mulan movie, and it's only because I didn't want to pay for it. I do pay for my Disney Plus account, um, but you will not catch me paying for a movie ever. Like, sorry. But I think it should be free now. I'm like trying to watch like Christmas movies, like forcing myself to, because normally I wouldn't. And I'm trying to like gain a childhood that I didn't like quite have, you know? And so far, it's okay. Not my favorite thing to do, but I'm getting I get the hype. I get it. I see the vibes. I see why it's appealing. Yeah, so like I'm the one who owns the Disney Plus account and I'm the one who just like gives my information to everyone like, "Hey, do you want to use my account?" Cuz I don't know. I'm the only one in this family who keeps the Disney spirit alive. Cuz no one ever wants to go to Disneyland with me. It's just me, myself, and I. It's just how it is. Ugh. Oh my God, tell me why I tried to watch Pretty Little Liars, and like for a time, like when they were still making episodes, I like caught up and I got like so fed up with like waiting for another season that I like completely stopped. So like I want to get back into it, but everyone has been telling me don't do it. It's a waste of your time. And it's like, come on, man. I only stopped at season 5. But I honestly think like Pretty Little Liars is really scary for me because I can only tolerate Goosebumps scary because growing up, I was at one point like the youngest. Now I'm the middle cousin. So everyone above me was at least 5 years older, and they were all into horror films like the Japanese Grudge, Final Destination, it, and honestly, I was mortified. I was scared, and you know, no one took my feelings into consideration. So I kind of just like grew up just like super scared about everything. I don't really like clowns like that because of it. I get scared of the dark sometimes. Oh, still as an adult because of The Grudge. Sometimes I think elevators are gonna break down. Because of Final Destination. Recent got Hulu. Oh, I haven't been on Hulu in a while. I still have my Hulu account. I've never been to Disney World. My like lifelong goal is to like go to every single Disney park though. That just sounds amazing. I was scared of Spirited Away because their parents turned into pigs. Literally, I was like, as a kid, I wasn't like mortified or like scared of that. I was confused. I was like, what's happening? So I had to like rewatch that scene. Like, I kid you not, because like my library, we were able to like rent out DVDs, and there was only one Spirited Away movie. And I remember I rented it, and I had like this like mini DVD player, and I just remember like replaying it, like what's going on? Like I was just confused, like how I always am. I just live a very confused life. Like sometimes I just don't get it. And then now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it. I was just dumb. I was very slow. I think there is a Studio Ghibli park in Japan. That sounds like a good time. If I do say so myself, that sounds like a time that I would like to spend my own personal time at. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just trying to keep this live going, apparently. I'm just trying to say anything I can to not seem boring. Howl's Moving Castle was my first Studio Ghibli movie that I've ever watched. And then since then, I've kind of been obsessed. And upon like unpopular opinion, I am not a huge fan of My Neighbor Totoro. Like I get confused. Like I said, I am confused like all of the time. And I've rewatched My Neighbor Totoro, and like I something doesn't click. Something doesn't click. And I feel like if I explain what doesn't click, I just feel like people like are gonna think like I'm just dumb, or like Huh? Okay, but listen. Okay, so the story revolves around like these kids and mom's sick, right? Kids go to the garden, they find Totoro and like all of the spirits, right? But then like in the end, like when it's all done, mom is like still in the hospital. Like, does she die? Like, is she cured? Like, what's going on? Like, too many questions, so little time. And no one wants to answer because they don't know, and I'm just confused. Oh, thank you. I'm using the PURxRawBeautyKristi palette. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm trying to find a shimmer to put on my eyelid. Like a brown gold shimmer. Maybe I could just use the one that's in the palette. I don't know. It's just too golden for like, yeah. It's just too golden for the vibe I want. Thank you. I am not seeing a color I'm vibing with right now. Okay, I think we're gonna do this one. I think we're gonna do the shimmer in the Dose of Colors palette, the cream shimmer. Because nothing else is screaming my name, quite frankly. I feel motivated to try a bunch of snacks. Yes, do it. It's a great bonding experience. Do I vibe? I want more. I'm going to go into the Jackie palette, and I'm going to take that one shade, that topper shade, the Trust Issues shade. And this is supposed to like add that extra shimmer. Yep. That's it. That's the one. I know. Nothing special, but it's something. There we go. So while I have, oh, wait, sorry. Okay, had to go wash my hands because I had eyeshadow on it, but while I'm like deeply into this live chat, I kind of wanted to talk about something in regards to my last video. And as you guys know, I am like literally, I'm not the one for drama. Like, I hate it. But I do want to address something in case you are ever in my position, which I know a lot of people have been, or like if you're like an aspiring like YouTuber, beauty guru, like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like no one talks about this enough. And it's like it's a common thing that I feel like a lot of people go through when they do make content. So we have all seen like sponsored videos, like, oh, a portion of this video is sponsored or anything like that, right? There are a lot of different like types of sponsored content. There's a lot of different things that you could do to work with brands. And in my situation with my last upload yesterday, the brand Silly George and we had agreed to come out with a video, as well as photos for promotional use. And what I did was I initially filmed my review that was not sponsored because that was not part of the agreement. I sent them a separate video of trying on lashes, as well as like, it was like a short, like 30-second video for them to use for like promotional use. And I also sent them like screenshots of like me posing with like the product in the video. Because like, quite honestly, it is hard for me to film and photograph at the same time. Like, I'm a one-person team. So I ended up just like screenshotting, and I understand that like, oh, okay, well, maybe like, can you just redo it again and like not take the screenshots? Like, I totally get it. But they essentially told me like my short video that I had initially sent them for the promotional use wasn't essentially like good enough. And I was like, okay. So I sent them the video review that I had already like filmed, that was not for promotional use. And they were just like, you are so negative towards our brand. We don't want to work with you anymore. Like, essentially, that's what they said. They sent me like really long emails. And I told them straight up, I was like, well, the video that I plan to upload on YouTube is not for promotional use. It is just a simple review for my audience because I value honesty. And I feel like they also just deserve to have something, they just deserve to have an opinion. Especially if my name is, or like you're going to be using my face for something, like I should have a video on my channel, like talking honestly. And I gave pros and cons as I do with all of my reviews. And it was just the matter of the fact that they had like almost looked over what I had said. And they said like, well, like essentially I think like they took it as negative because I had compared their products with like other products. And like I said, well, if you like this, you could try this. If you're looking for this, then you could try this. And they definitely expected, because I was being paid for a separate promotional video, I think that they expected me to be 100% positive. And mind you, there are reviews that I have done that are 100% positive, but that's not always going to be the case. And I just think that like some brands need to realize that, you know, sometimes things are hits and sometimes things are misses. Like I understand, like as a makeup artist, like that's my business. And I understand that like not every client is going to love what they get. There have been so many instances where I follow like through a whole step of a makeup look and I have them check their makeup step by step and they approve everything. And when I finish with setting spray, they're just like, no, take it off. And like they tell me in front of my face that I'm not a good makeup artist after they had approved everything. And so I was just like, you know, like not every business is going to get positive like feedback. And what I gave was like more or less constructive criticism. And at the end of the day, like I just felt like $20 for their natural lashes were just not it. And I just say that with like the best intent, because I know that you guys are consumers. I'm a consumer. And it's like, I genuinely don't get the point in like lying to my audience. Like that just sound like it just like, if you look at it, it just sounds dumb. Like it just sounds like they were gonna pay me $150 for this promotional video that was supposed to be filmed separately. And then it's kind of just like $150 lying to my audience. I'd rather just like break off the video, you know, just. Yeah. And I mean, like, it does suck. But I also, like, this isn't my first rodeo. Like, I've dealt with this before. But I just think I've, like, gotten to a place in my life where I'm over it. Like, I just, I'm over it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just, like, not deal with it. Like, if they want to cut ties, like, by all means, do it. But I'm never gonna lie to my audience. Like I consider everyone here a friend, you know? And whether that's like you comment all the time and we talk all the time, or like whether you're a silent viewer, like I consider you a friend. Like that's just the matter of the fact. And I really don't see a point in like fake reviews. Unless you're gonna pay me like $1 million, like then we might be no. But unless, but 150 is like no. Like 150 is a Target run. It's like my gas for the month. But yeah, like the first time I ever like encountered like a brand being upset with my review was like 2 years ago. I had a whole box of products. And they didn't pay me for anything. I don't even think they even expected a video out of me. But I made a video anyway because I was curious of their products. And the company name, if you guys know anything about me, I love K-pop. One of my favorite groups, Sistar, was disbanded May 2016. And I kid you not, this brand was called Sistar Cosmetics. So what did I say in my video? This reminds me of like my favorite band, Sistar. It just reminds me a lot of them. And they essentially told me like, take down your video and edit that out. And I was like, huh? Like, first of all, you're not even paying me. Second of all, this is my channel. And third of all, I'm not editing this. It's kind of like if it's like almost as if like a nail polish brand came out new to the market, and they called themselves BTS. Like, you don't think someone's gonna say it. You don't think. It's like if a skincare brand came out and they were called InSync, the exact way you spell InSync. I don't want to talk. These brands are wild, and let me tell you. And I get it. I get it. I understand where they're coming from. But I think moral of the story is, if you are an aspiring influencer, don't let brands walk all over you just because they have a higher following than you. Don't let them do that. It's not worth your time. It's not worth their time. You're doing your best. A lot of these content creators are a one-person show. Like, sorry, I can't just pull like millions of things like out my ass. Like, anyway, I just realized that people like came in like during my little rant, but hi. Glad you're here. Yeah. And honestly, while we are on the subject of like paid videos and things, like, I don't see the problem with it. Like, I don't understand like the problem that people have with sponsored content, because sponsored content is like what gives creators like the funds that they need to like survive. Because ad revenue, let me tell you, is nothing. Ad revenue is nothing. And there was definitely a time in my life where I was broke. I needed money. And I was definitely that person who started my channel and was like, I'm never doing sponsored content. And then I realized how low ad revenue is actually. And I was like, okay, well, maybe like a couple won't hurt here and there. And then you slowly have to learn like what brands are trustworthy or not. And that will be open to honest reviews and criticism. I think it's because in the past, some influencers and YouTubers have promoted products that were actually scams and bad. From my point of view, it just bothers me when influencers are obviously doing sponsored content for products that they clearly are only using for the sponsored video. I get that. I definitely get that. I get that. I try to hold myself accountable when I do sponsored content, like with my empties. just so everyone knows that I am using the products and, like, you know, if I finished it or anything like that. Because I do see, like, I do see that a lot. And I do sometimes think it is a little, not sketch isn't the word I want to use, but like a little questionable. Because it's so easy to, like, for example, if someone has like a cream, like a face cream, and then they're just like, yeah, I've been using it for a while now, and then they literally like got it the night before and they like scooped it up, made it look like there was a dent in the product, but they really haven't used it. It's a little questionable. Yeah, I'm like very particular nowadays with like the brands that I do choose to work with, because a lot of my emails are filled with brands who don't really know my content. Like, not once have you guys seen me work out, like probably in a vlog, like my quarantine vlogs where I was like out walking. But like I've had like brands reach out to me where they're like, hey, like we're a fitness company and we saw your content and we would love to send you like a whole workout outfit. And I'm like, girl, have you really seen my content? Because we all know I don't work out. Like, we all know I'm going back into this bed after these videos are done. Like, I don't think you know me. Oh, I get that. Vanity Planet has reached out. Actually, yeah, they have. I had another company reach out to me like a million times. Oh, TTDI. That's a different story. That is, don't buy from them. They're racist. They're scams. They like the paler you are, like in complexion, like the better the lenses will show as opposed to like having darker skin. And their emails are very sus. I posted about it on Instagram. Their emails are very, very sus. I don't know how. I don't know who sends the templates to everyone, but it is so annoying. Walks once get, no, seriously, I took one walk. That's it. That's all I did. I just wanted one walk around the neighborhood with the dogs. That's all I ever did. Man, they think I'm a fitness channel now. They're just like, oh my God, Jasmine, jazzercise. Like, it's just like, what connections are you making? And then on top of that, I love these emails when they like act like they know you. Like they said, hey love, just checked your Instagram, love your content. I think that our brand is a great fit for you. And then I like click the website that they send, and it's like nothing that I am interested in. Like absolutely nothing. It's horrible. Oh my god, when I cut my hair, like when I chopped my hair, like recently, like during quarantine, I got an email and someone like was trying to like get me to like review their hair tools, and I was like, I literally have like no hair right now. Like I'm talking about like a curling iron, and like I couldn't wrap my hair around a barrel. Like I was like, I don't like I kind of chopped my hair off, man. Like sorry. But I think one of my favorite things that I don't think anyone has ever really talked about is like when brands just send normal PR. They don't require you to talk about it. They don't ask you to post about it. They just say, hey, we want to send you something just to try it out. And you could do your review. You could be as harsh as possible, whatever the case may be. And they probably just wouldn't care. Most of the time, they don't care. Most of the time, they don't even see the video. But yeah, those are definitely my favorite. When I have like the most like free range, no one tells me what to do. And that's that. That's how I settle it. I'm like standing up a lot, but it's because I don't know. I just need to. Ooh, listen. On Black Friday, I purchased the Kimchi Chic things that I've always wanted. I'm so happy. I got the bronzer and I got the blush. I don't want to use the bronzer because I'm like trying to use up my Too Faced one, which is the one that I used already. But look, I got their mini palette because like I said earlier, I have way too many palettes. And when I saw this palette initially, like when they first launched it, I was like, wow, she's nice, but I don't think like I'll get the full use out of it. But then they launched a mini version of the full palette. I'm gonna get use out of this. If I don't hit pan in one of these shadows, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah, I just thought like to myself, like realistically, because I hate traveling and just bringing 4 eyeshadows like in a small palette. And I just thought, oh my God, like this is genius. It's genius. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, so I got that. And then the blush that I have here is number 1, Pinky. Did you get Pinky too? I want to know. Are you planning to do any vlogs anytime soon? Honestly, I like filming vlogs, but only when I feel like it. For like a while, I felt very pressured to do vlogs because I guess like people were just so interested in what I do, but I'm just such a boring and bland person. Like I could literally stare at I am a cat. Like I could literally just stare at a wall all day and I'll be content. And I am not exaggerating. I am boring. And I'm okay with that. You know what? I think that's a very unique feature. No one can do it like I can. I'll just say that. No one can just stare at a wall. But yeah, I definitely felt pressure to do a lot of vlogs because everyone was like, show us more of your life, like show us your hobbies. And I'm like, if I had any, I would have already shown you. but I don't have any more. Going out eating like Taco Bell's like the best I could do. I literally have like, I'm just, I don't know. I'm just like a very like mellow person. And you know, I was upset about quarantine, but I'm just such a homebody. And like I said, I could stare at a wall all day and I'll be content. And that's like just how I've been. And I've just been working on nails, rescheduling clients or 2021, responding to emails. Like that's all the vlog will really be. Like if it's like really like my nitty gritty life. Me scrolling through TikTok. Oh yeah, I did buy the lip mask too. I bought the lip mask too. It's actually really good. Where did I put it? Oh, now I'm upset. Where did I put it? Oh, found it. Oh, I did my cousin's makeup and it got buried. Found it though. She's actually really good. And then during the sale, I also bought 2 of the eye glitters to put in my client kit because my existing eye glitters, like they're running low and I want to like finish them, but I know that like they're not gonna last me like a whole long time. So I wanted to get that. I want to do lashes. Are my lashes in my bathroom? They probably are. Getting up for the 100th time. You know, this is good for my body. This is good. This is my workout. And I am now a fitness YouTuber because everyone's here witnessing, like I'm getting up and down, I'm doing my squats, like I'm doing it. You know? I hope to get an email from Lululemon soon talking about, we want to send you our leggings. We see you squatting up and down. Your Naruto pants don't cut it. We need you to be part of the Lulu team. Yeah. It's not like the best, but I think compared to the lip mask that I have currently, it's definitely one of the better ones. I used up all of my nice ones, unfortunately, because I'm just so crusty. I think I mentioned this in a video, but I am not liking the Bite Beauty lip thing. Like the newer like nighttime lip therapy. I don't think I like it. And I think I mentioned that, but she's not hitting it for me anymore. But also it's not out of the ordinary that I have to layer up 3 different lip balms in order to get uncrusted. It's like I'm an Uncrustable. Oh, so bad. Like, I like the lip mask still, but like it's not as good. And their original just like lip balm, that one's the worst. That one sucks. So sad. Good things always have to end. I'm sick of it. Oh, did they get rid of it in the new formula? I want to know. But I recently also bought a lip balm that I used to really like, but because I have so many other lip balms open, I'm like refusing to open it because I don't want it to go bad. So I'm trying to like stay patient with myself as long as possible. Wow, I literally am losing everything. Girl, Vaseline does not work on my crusty lips. I have tried so much Vaseline. Honestly, like if I'm being very truthful, Vaseline, excuse me, Vaseline literally feels like I dipped my finger in butter and my lips are still crusty underneath and they never uncrust. These are the Lilly lashes in Doha. They're just like super short, nothing special. Actually, these are special to me. They make it feel like I'm wearing lash extensions because they're short and really, really fluffy. I feel like if I did have lash extensions, this is like what I would go for. There we go. I think like the best method that I've done for my lips personally is doing a lip mask and then going in with a lip oil to seal it. Because I feel like it doesn't go anywhere. While like I still feel like with Vaseline, once I like press my lips together, it almost feels like it's like the ocean parting. I hope we all know that I am drinking my water. I want everyone to know that my pee is clear. Yeah, water doesn't really help my lips as much as it does like with my actual skin, which sucks because your lips are skin, like it's technically skin, but my lips are just like, they hate me. My lips hate me. So I think I'm gonna do like this gloss. Or it's not a gloss, it's actually a lip balm. It's a tinted lip balm. And it's by Fenty. It's the shade Pinch Me. And you know, this looks darker than it actually is. It's actually really like my lips are better. It's really interesting. Because it's pink. And I don't like pink. But it literally matches my lip color. I have one mani-pedi duo that's like listed on my website, but I am trying to figure out if I could make the toenails like any smaller for like the pinkies. It's definitely a work in progress, but I have like one left. It's like, I think it's a peach and a red. Yeah, but I definitely want to do more. I'm just like trying to like figure it out. Yeah. Why do I feel forced right now? I feel a lot of pressure right now. I'm here for a good time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. All I get from this message is, I'll YouTube, 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 YouTube. Love that for us. Okay, so I know I've just like been here talking and like all you got was like a brown smoky eye. I know, crazy. What do you expect? My mom's closet. I found like 2 and I asked my mom, can I have this? I was just cleaning it out and I found it in a box. It did not have a brand. It was a white box. And I just opened it up and I saw a fan in there and I was like, I could use that. I'm pretty sure you can get it on Amazon though. Just doesn't have anything on the back. Like it just says model G3, made in China. And it has like all these numbers. I am 22. I know, I probably look 16. Which I'm not mad about. Ooh, my favorite thing ever to do is like when like an old creepy guy is like trying to hit on you, you're just like, sorry, I'm 16. I look 14. Oh my God. Aging backwards, I guess. You know, upon unpopular belief, I actually don't wear makeup every single day. I see 12. I look like a chromosome. How about that? How about that? I look like a chromosome at this. Ah. My concealer creases help me. Skincare first. I always think treating your skin underneath is also really going to help with the creasing with the makeup. So I always encourage eye creams, and sometimes eye creams like may not work like right away, but long-term use is going to be really helpful, especially day and night. For me personally, I use castor oil for my lashes to help them grow and become thicker and longer. And I actually do that for my top lashes as well as my bottom lashes. So I almost use that as a eye treatment as well because it really hydrates that area. Castor oil is really good for hydrating, which is also linked to hair growth as well. I mean, you're not going to grow hair like under your eyes, but you know what I'm saying. So try and do your skincare first. And then once you go in with your makeup, I always blend in my concealers with a sponge. You never really see me blend in any of my liquids with a brush. That's just a personal thing. I hate wet brushes on my face. So I always go in with a sponge, and then I usually go in with like a dense brush to pick up my powder, and that really just sets it all in place. And typically I don't really crease. ever thought of doing a girl talk kind of video? You know what? I definitely have had like sporadic videos like here and there that were kind of like girl talk. Like, oh my God, I thought that was a spider. I was about to freak out. It was a bird outside my window. Something happened. There was one video in particular where I talked about pads. ShopMissA released pads, and I just wanted to talk about it. And I gave my review about these pads, and everyone in the comments, I felt like were freaking out. And that's kind of like what triggered like the whole wellness type of videos that I have been doing, because I just felt like there were a lot of subjects that were like too taboo. So I have been like in the back of my mind, like thinking ways of like implementing more videos, like, you know, mental health, periods, birth control, like, you know, all of that stuff. So like slowly I have been like implementing it, which I'm happy about. I'm just trying to like do it in a way where it's not like a lot at one time, you know, like spaced out. Yeah, that was very interesting. Just talking about pads made everyone go crazy. Like, I don't see the point. Like, it's like we all like bleed. Not a big deal. Yeah, but I would love to film more like girl talk videos in like 2021. That's definitely a goal of mine. That's a resolution I have. Yeah. Advice on what makeup palette I could give my sister for her birthday. Do I have a favorite? Don't mind if it's a bit pricey. I have a lot of favorites. I actually have a whole 2 videos talking about like my entire collection of palettes, like ranging from drugstore and high-end. Those are just like 2 parts, one drugstore, one high-end one. And I kind of like go more in depth, but if I were to gift a palette to somebody, just gonna grab a couple that I would think would be appropriate as gift-giving palettes. Okay, I have a couple. I am not a nail technician. I just like designing, which is why I just do press-on nails. I have done like acrylics in the past, but I just no, like that's just not where like I want to steer my career. So yeah, I just keep it simply to just like the designing and like coloring. So let's go ahead talk about these palettes. So I have the Colourpop and Kathleen Lights So Jaded. This is like a pretty affordable palette. Like I think it's like roughly $40, but you do get a lot in here. This palette's one of my favorite big palettes because I just feel like there's everything that I would personally use in this palette. And I just love how pigmented and like all the shades are. It's quite crazy, and there's like different textures and formulas in here. You get shimmers, metallics, mattes. You get the Super Shock formula. Did I mention glitter? Get it all in one, girl. And then if you have somebody in your family who's more color oriented and really likes to have their makeup be like their voice, I definitely think the ShopMissA Self-Made palette is the one to go for. This one is definitely my favorite for like the greens and the blues. The other like browns here I think are great like transition shades and great safe shades. So sometimes I feel like when I don't know what I want to do, I'll pick up this palette and I'll figure it out, because it has a cream shade, it has a black, it has this color down here that I could use for my brows. Like, it literally has like everything that I need to like complete like a full face if needed. And then I have here like some smaller palettes that I think would also be really good as like stocking stuffers. I have this one from Kaleidos. The Kaleidos packaging on all of their products like are just so beautiful. They're really chic in design. This one's here, Sashimi City. And this one's just like a nude palette. But I really do like this palette because it's just, I don't know, I just feel like no one has like this type of packaging. It's magnetic, it's sleek, it's compact, and all of the shadows perform really, really good. And then if you're looking for something a little bit more small, a little bit more compact, more along like the true stocking stuffer size, and these Juno palettes are definitely the way to go. Spoiler, next week I have a 5-day series with all of these palettes. So they just come in like little quads like this, but they're really pigmented. Like all of the palettes that I have here, beginner friendly, foolproof, pigmented. You can't go wrong with them. Her name is Jasmine, like the flower. You're so talented though. You know, like there was a time where I did try and do like acrylics on people, and I just feel like with like whatever, like what I do already with like with makeup and like events and stuff, I just don't think I can even like handle like working on other people, which is why I really appreciate like having like my own press-on nail like shop, because like I could work when I have free time and when I want to, and when like my creative juices are flowing. So it's more of like, this is me time, which is why it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like a hobby. It's like, this is me time. This is a way for me to like express like, you know, my creativity in this moment, which is nice. Yeah. Because I just think about it, and I don't think I can handle like seeing like all these people and like booking like many more appointments. Like I just like, I have a pretty busy plate as is. Which is good. It's always good to stay busy, but also you have to understand your own limits. This is a good question. Was there a specific moment where you're like, yes, this is what I want to do, like an epiphany or like a process of trial and error? So as a kid, I was really into art and drawing, and I'm gonna be honest, like I wasn't like that good at it. Like I wasn't like this prodigy or anything, but it was something I really liked doing. And it was something that I even told my parents that I wanted to pursue as an adult. But I think like when you are in an Asian household, I think the thought of being an artist is just something like so out of like their range, because I think the first thing they think of is like, oh, starving artist, like you're not gonna make it. And so when I don't paint anymore, no I don't, but when I was in high school, well, how do I want to gauge this? I mean, like I started wearing makeup when I was in like 6th grade, but I wasn't like fully like doing a full face of makeup until like high school. And when I got an Instagram, I I saw that there was this contest with like these small indie brands, and I really wanted to win this contest. It was like a Halloween contest, and they had like different themes. And I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this giveaway. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna win. And I didn't win. But I posted so many looks. Like, I probably posted about like 10 looks consecutively just for this giveaway. And the brands were commenting on my things, like saying, "Oh my God, like this is so good. This is so good." And then little did I know, like my mom had like found my Instagram, and she was just like, "Hey, like you're really good at this. Like, why don't you just like become a makeup artist?" And like in the back of my mind, like low key, I wanted to, because I did have a passion for it, and it was something that I always did. Um, because when I was younger, like before high school, I was really, really into cosplay as well. So a lot of my time with makeup was to transform into a character, was to kind of like express like what I felt like I couldn't express like at school because I got bullied a lot. And so kind of like when I got that reassurance from my mom, I was kind of like, okay, maybe maybe I can. And like one of the first things I remember thinking was, well, I don't want people to like use my personal things. Like, that's gross. Cause I didn't like the thought of like sharing makeup with others. Uh, it wasn't like selfish. It was just more of like, I want to be sanitary. So the first thing that I did was like, how to be sanitary. How do I work with clients? How do I do this? And I do think that like when I started like actually doing makeup on people, I think I kind of realized that I had like, it's weird to like talk myself up, but I do feel like I do have a gift in some way, um, where I could look at somebody and I know exactly what I could use. Like when it comes to foundation, people ask me, well, how do you match? But it's like I could stare at somebody and I already know what color they are. Like I already know what foundation to use. And it's like really weird and I don't know how to explain it. And then when it comes to face shapes, like I feel like I was able to just like accommodate like really well. And I never felt nervous. I never felt like, what if I mess up? Like, I never felt that. I kind of just like did it and I liked it. And I just kept going and going. And I started investing in my kit at a pretty young age. And that's kind of like how it like all started. My mom's like, doctor or die. No, seriously. Like, my whole family is like full of science majors. And although I didn't go to cosmetology school, I knew I wanted to go into business. Um, because also like that was my other passion. Like I was just really good at math. And I really didn't want like what I had studied for to like go to waste. So I did pursue like my business degree, which was fun. But ultimately, like I knew like makeup is where I wanted to be, like in the beauty industry. So I kind of had to like maneuver my way to learn about business and how to legally do things. So that was definitely interesting. Uh, the whole journey to like, uh, the whole journey to create my business name and to make it legal in the state of California was definitely like crazy. Like I did it all by myself. No one helped me. And it was just like really eye-opening. And I'm really happy I did it myself. Did you practice a lot to get to where you are skill-wise, or was it natural talent plus hard work? I definitely do have to say there was a lot of hard work involved. I don't think like everyone's perfect at what they do when they first start. I think you learn a lot with your experiences. Um, so like another example is like when I was like working with Shiseido, I like pick up information like pretty fast, and I retain information pretty well. And at the time, I was like the youngest on their team, and although I knew like the products and everything, I had to also learn how to sell to people because that was also my job. And it was also my job to teach other people. So I would like my job was like pretty much to go store to store and like teach people and like also sell to be a good example. And you know, even though you may be good at something, like you may not be like 100%. But yeah, there was a lot of things I had to learn. There were a lot of things that like I felt like if I hadn't made those mistakes, I wouldn't have learned. So like an example would have also been like um, I mentioned investing in my kit. Uh, I dropped like at the time, like it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but like at the time it was a lot of money. Like I spent like $200 on like getting like all of this new foundation, and it was a foundation that I never tried, and the only reason why I got it was because it was on sale and I stocked up on it, and that was like the worst decision I've ever made, and I couldn't return it. Couldn't get my monies back. It was a done deal. And the foundations ended up being like super shitty. Like it was like the worst foundation I've ever tried. Like talking about like oxidation, like to the max. And it was difficult. It was really, really difficult. So yeah, there are some things that you have to learn along the way. Also like just little things that you never thought like you would have to like learn about, like how to look, like how to physically look like you have like everything together. Like carrying around like all of my makeup, like that shit's heavy. Like it is heavy. And if I am like near my client, like if I walk like up and down my stairs with my makeup case, I'm out of breath. But if I'm with a client, I can't be out of breath. Like there are things like you just need to learn. Like there's just things along the way. Like, it's just crazy. But yeah. But as far as like with clients and stuff, I've always been the person to like be comfortable one-on-one. So I don't know. I felt like that was like more comforting. I definitely feel like if I were in a position where like I had to talk to like a lot of people all at once, that would be a problem for me. But I think like I'm in an environment that I know like I'm comfortable in, which is nice. And also I think pursuing my also learned marketing. I learned a lot. And although like business is like my second passion, I felt like I wouldn't trade that for the world because I learned so much about like behind the scenes of like running a business. So yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I think like reflecting on everything, it's just like, damn, is this real life? Like yeah. But yeah, I am open to like any and all questions, to be honest. Is there anything you would tell yourself then that you know now? Um, hmm. Truthfully, I think like my biggest mistake was wrong investments. They weren't like it was like the foundation thing. Like they weren't like super crazy, you know. But be more mindful about investments. Make sure you could do your returns, ma'am. You don't like something, make sure you return it. Yeah, I don't really think I had any like huge issues that I would tell myself other than that. Because a part of me also doesn't feel like I've been working for 6 years. Oh, I would tell myself to stop using a fan brush to apply highlighter on clients, for sure. Like, take away that damn, like, fan brush. Take it away. No one wants that. What else? I mean, there were certain, like, techniques that I know that I did that would have been a little bit more flattering, but considering that, like, I like, the products that I use, like, just thinking back, like, I knew that they weren't, like, blending really well, and that was just the product's fault. I am Buddhist. Love that for me, though. Hello. Yeah, so, like, I used to use a lot of Morphe eyeshadow palettes back in my day, and I quickly realized that it wasn't getting me anywhere. Like, I just needed better formulas to work with. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, Morphe is like the best. It's, like, great." No, they age like milk. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm chilling. Would you move abroad and transfer your business there if you had the chance? To be honest, I have a fear of change. I have a fear of moving. I have, like, I don't know. It just, like, I feel like if I moved abroad, that's like a huge change. That's like starting completely over. It's literally starting from ground zero, trying to get a new clientele, like probably speaking a different language. And that's just like, ooh, that like riles up my anxiety just thinking about it. It's like, I don't know. Like, there's just something about that that I'm just like, I'm good here. Like, you know, I'm good here. It's a good foundation for combination or acne prone skin. Um, my if you watch the video when I did my cousin's makeup, that's exactly the skin type that she has. Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. So like it's watery, but like not like too watery. It's definitely like more liquidy. That's like the best way to describe it. So it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It is like like if you don't set it with powder, it's like a natural matte finish. But then of course, like once you set it with powder, it gets more matte if needed. It stays pretty well even without a primer. It lasts like all day on the skin. It has no flashback. Like it's literally like the best foundation. Guess what? I spent 200 worth of products on Black Friday on ShopMissA. Oh my god, I love that. I love your savings. Oh, I love hearing about savings. Yes. The ShopMissA sponges and brushes are my favorite. It's what I use for my foundation today. And then my favorite brush set from them, one of my favorites, is Bon Voyage, except for that fan brush. The fan brush can go. How y'all do the orange highlight? Orange highlight. I don't know if I have an orange highlighter. But if I'm working with a colored highlight, I usually keep it towards like the temple. If I know I'm gonna photograph like this, or if you want it to be more wearable, I bring it more forward. I don't take it all the way. If I want it to be more wearable, I'll just do it on the apples of my cheeks, almost like a blush topper. You mentioned confidence a bit earlier, and I am wondering if there was a point in your life you reached a confident state of mind. Well, my mental health is a bit unstable, if I do say so myself. Um, I think different situations definitely call for more confidence than others. Uh, I like school, for example. I was confident that I was book smart, and I am, but I hate being in school. Like I get really good grades, and that's not to toot my own horn, but it was just like that was just the way it is. I was just a straight A student, and even if I didn't try, I was just, but I hate school. So, I had a confident state of mind in college because I was like, gonna get through it one way or another. Work-wise, I was always a little nervous for work, like with Shiseido or something, because my goal is to always avoid angry customers, angry clients. I always try to make sure everyone is having like a good experience. So, I know that like when I enter like work, I always tell myself like, yeah, I'm like confident, like this is gonna be like a good client. Like, I've done so much that it's like very rare for me to come across like a rude client. Um, but as like far as like personal life, like with like my mental health and everything, I don't think I have reached a point where I've been confident in myself. I have a lot of self-doubt. I have a lot of like thoughts running through my head. There are a lot of things I need to fix about myself. I don't know if fix is necessarily like the right word I want to use, but there are a lot of things that I have like, and a lot of the times that is what like halts me from growing and being confident. And then Saren, for your question, is synthetic brushes okay to use? Yeah. Honestly, synthetic brushes like are my favorite. Like I think when you are using like actual like what do they use? Goat hair or like human hair brushes or whatever hair brushes. Those ones are just only good for powder, not really anything else. Do you have tips for social media and makeup? I want to start YouTube and Instagram. That's why I spend so much on Black Friday. So I know I don't have to restock and spend money in the future. Well, I think like my best tip for just social media and like if you want to start something, just do it. Like the only person stopping you is you. And if you don't like it, you could just stop it. It's social media. Like you could literally just like delete your account, like if you just don't like it. And I think that's the beauty of it. Like, and I think a lot of people when they, I think, I think their mindset goes to like, oh, well, I can't handle rude comments. I can't either. Like there's like I said, sometimes like I just like don't care anymore and like I just like delete. And sometimes it's easier to delete than others. Like I've definitely had my fair share of like rude comments said to me, said about me. Sometimes it got like to the point of like harassment, but like honestly, like if this is something that you know you're going to be passionate about doing, then do it. You know? Like I just like I love the process of like filming, editing, interacting. So that's the reason why I do it. Um so yeah, just go for it. I was like thinking if I had any more tips. Have a gratitude journal and daily intentions and reflections journal that has really helped me realize how much hesitancy for the day. I have a journal that I write in every single day. It's called 52 Lists for Calm. And it's not necessarily like a day to day journal, it's more along the lines of like, how can I implement these practices to my everyday life that will help benefit me? And I think I like that a little bit better because when I have tried doing like daily journals, I felt like it was very forced for me, which is why I'm very picky with books. I'm very, very particular because I sometimes I feel like books are yelling at me. Like I just okay, just like stop, lower your voice one octave. Like it's just too much sometimes. Um, you didn't miss it, Brittany. I'm still here. I'm still live. Still talking. But yeah, I've definitely been like liking the book so far because it doesn't feel like it's yelling at me, if that makes any sense. Uh, Also, building off the top question, how do you deal with negativity and toxicity? You seem so grounded and it really inspires me. Well, reflecting back on like past traumas, like, so there are a lot of things that like I don't really talk about. But like as a kid, like I mentioned this like a lot, but like as a kid, I was bullied a lot. So I guess you could say like I kind of like grew a tougher skin because it's like, oh, I've heard it. Like I like I've heard of it before. Um, and I think there's also like this wall between like I've already heard these things like in my face as a kid growing up. Like I was a developing human, and like there's like another side of the wall where it's like, well, somebody's saying this and like they don't even have a profile picture, let alone a legit username. So sometimes, like I said, it's easier to delete comments than some other ones. Um, Sometimes it does get out of hand, like I mentioned. Sometimes like people do harass, and that's crazy. Like you think about it a lot. It's really something else, and it's always the people who like. It's always people who just have no hair. It's always yeah. I mean, sometimes I try to not dwell on it, but because I am also an overthinker, sometimes it kind of affects me. But I think like that's just human. That's like I just feel like if you live a life where you don't feel anything, like that's wrong. that's just wrong in my opinion. Like, you should feel something. Yeah, like some words hurt more than others for sure. And sometimes like I'll cry about it. After I cry, I'm like, all right, I'm a bad bitch. Like I like, you know, like sometimes you just have to let it go somehow. Oh my God, I'm an Aries with a Virgo moon. Says so much about me. Says too much. It says too much. Too much. Like, and I have a lot of like my other, like I don't know the terms because I forgot them, but like I'm very like half and half. I'm very like half fire and then half water. And then like a slight just a spray of like, you know, my air and earth signs. But I'm very like, I'm mostly like 50-50. So I have like, sometimes I will have a lot of pent up anger, which I know like I need to work on. But also I'm very sensitive. So I cry. But then I'm like, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, I'm a mess, but I'm very organized because I have a Virgo. And it was really funny. I showed my cousin my chart, and she isn't like super into like astrology, but like when she's with me, like she's just very open about like learning about like me. So I showed her my chart and I was reading it out loud. And like every sentence, like when you like, you know, you open up like the meanings and everything, she was just like, wow, they're reading you to filth. And I was like, I hate it here. Oh my God, I can totally see that. No wonder I like so much. I'm a Gemini. Oh my God. It's like, it's insane. It's crazy. And then we went ahead and like read her chart. Like she had to call her mom, like ask her like when she was born. Her chart was like exactly her. And I was just like, I didn't choose to be born in this location at this time on this exact day. It just happened like that. So do I collect crystals? That's such a good question because I'm just starting. I have my rings here. I took them off so I could do my makeups because I didn't want to get makeup in them. But I have been trying to get into crystals. I've also been trying to get into manifestations as well. So I have one of my old notebooks from college that had like too many pages unfilled. So I'm using that textbook, I'm using that notebook right now as my manifestation. I have a quote, a manifestation that I write every single night before I go to bed. And I have like 3 different ones right now. And there are some ones that I'm going to be writing again and again and again for 21 days, some for 30 days. Yeah. And the crystals that I have currently on my wrist, this one is Howlite. This one is a mix. I asked for a custom order of this one. It's a amethyst and a rose quartz. So I really want to essentially like be healed of negative energy, be calm. I want to attract a lot of positivity, love, all that stuff. And then for the rings, I have carnelian. I heard somewhere carnelian was good for Aries. So I got her. I have this one, opalite. I kind of forgot what this meant, but I think it meant like clarity. This one was my first crystal that I ever bought because, oh, bye. Thank you for coming in and talking and asking questions. I appreciate you. Yeah, so this one was like my first intentional crystal that I bought. And I have this one, which I kind of forgot the name of. I have the paper of like what they are. Oh, sunstone. So amethyst is for grounding, calming, and it's peaceful. Rose quartz is love, strengthening, and restoring relationships. Howlite reduces stress, anger, and it's also balancing. Carnelian here is for creativity, motivation, and confidence. Sunstone is for good fortune, cleansing, and it energizes your chakra. And I'm pretty sure opalite here is mostly for calming and soothing. I have cleansed these crystals also. And I've done it in a meditation, which was a little difficult because I didn't know how to do it. So I had to do a guided one. And I don't know, I think like my brain like cannot picture things very well. Like I could think about something, but I can't like picture. So like they said in the guided meditation to like picture a light coming from your crystal and then you breathing in that light. And I was just like, why can't I think of that? Like I physically like can't think of a light coming out of my crystal. But I did my best. I did do my best. I sat there through the whole meditation. I did. And then I told my crystals what I wanted from them, what I hoped that I could get. And yep, now I have them. Citrine is really good. I went to the bookstore yesterday in hopes to get a crystal book. They didn't have any. And I wanted to do that because I felt like it would have been a little easier on my mind because I felt like Google was a little bit of a mess. So I wanted more of like a handbook about crystals because I am just so new to it. But it is something that I am interested in, and I don't really want to overwhelm myself, but so far so good. I think I'm doing pretty well. I am doing pretty good right now. Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't really taken these off unless I have to shower or something. Citrine is healing for Aries, Gemini, Leos, and Libras. Citrine. Let me get a pen and paper because I will forget. I will forget that. I will. And I have my paper. I have it. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. You know, I do admit, I didn't think I would get into crystals because I didn't think they had energy, if I'm being quite honest with you. And then I was like, let me actually try it. Let me actually give it a shot. And I'm actually feeling it. Like, not like crazy, but like, you know, I think it definitely like eases my mind a lot, which is nice, which is exactly what I want. Okay. So I am thinking of ending my live right now because my computer is dying. And my charger is too far away. I don't have an outlet right here. So I am going to clock out of here. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the longest live I've ever done. And I'm living for it. I had a great time. I definitely started this live very tired. I have a lot more energy now because everyone's energy livened me up. So I'm very thankful. Do I have anything to say? I have new nails that I am planning on releasing. I really don't know when. Maybe it might be today. I really have no idea. They've like been on my shelf there, kind of just chilling out. As you know, like these past couple of days, I have been depressed, so I haven't really been doing anything for myself. So this is like kind of, you know, another step to do something for me, which is great. Love it here. So yeah, that's all I got. And I'm gonna end this live before my laptop dies on me and before it even saves. Also, once this live saves, I am going to put all the products I used in the little description so that if you were wondering now what I was wearing, I will have it up in about like an hour or so once everything's like completed. All right, that's it for me. Good night. I'm gonna go back into my bed. Bye. Hello? End.